Hello, welcome to Public Domain Theater. I'm your host, Rex Underwood Jr., famous movie actor. You've seen me in a lot of great films in the 1960s and 70s like Gidget Gets a Hickey, and of course, Dracula's Rubber Sheets. We are here to salute Halloween with some fabulous public domain movies for you. Public domain, of course, means it stinks, and it cost us nothing. And here to join me for the festivities is the lovely Cher. How are you, Cher? I am so happy to see you. You're one of my favorite singers and actresses. What's that? If I could turn back time. Oh, Cher, don't sing anymore. It'll cost us money. Our first movie is something called Hands of a Stranger. It's all about this guy who gets his hands chopped off, and he's a piano player, and so that kind of ruins your career. But he gets a hand transplant from a murderer. Murderer! I guess you know where it goes from there. He goes nuts and starts killing people. So it's going to be a lot of, put on a little weight since my heyday. So he goes nuts and starts killing people. I think he got to you a couple of weeks ago. So anyway, he goes nuts and starts killing people, and then the fun begins. So please enjoy a little ditty we call Hands of a Stranger on Public Domain Theater on C19 TV. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed Hands of a Stranger. It was scary and horrifying. They should have called it Hands of a Strangler, don't you think? Well, I think he got to you already. How's that diet working, Cher? Coming up next, oh, this is going to be scary. You're going to like this one. I Bury the Living in just a few minutes. Hello there. I'm famous movie actor Rex Underwood Jr. You've enjoyed me in many, many films that you can't possibly name because there are so many. I'm part of the fabulous Underwood acting family. My father, Rex Underwood III, starred in silent films. He played a piece of furniture many times. He was quite a dresser. Joining me as we host the fabulous Cher. Isn't she wonderful? If she could turn back time. Oh, if only. If only she'd eat a ham sandwich. I think that would help her also. Oh, what a great sense of humor. So tonight we are showing public domain horror movies, which means, well, public domain is a legal term. It's from the ancient Spanish translated to El Stinko. So this film is called I Bury the Living, and it stars Richard Boone, who is a fabulous, fabulous actor, and also a great frontiersman who established Boone, North Carolina. I bet you didn't know that. It's true. So he works at a cemetery and has a big old map where he puts little pins on the graves that have been sold and the ones that aren't filled yet, and he mixes the pins up and people suddenly start dropping dead. That's horrible and fun. Someone like her, perhaps. So people start dropping like flies, and Richard Boone thinks he's responsible. Is he? Is it a creepy map? Is it some supernatural power? You're gonna have to find out as we enjoy a little ditty we call I Bury the Living on Public Domain Theater. What did you think of that one, Cher? Cher? I think she's dozed off. We are here enjoying Halloween on Public Domain Theater with fine films that cost us nothing to show. You get what you pay for. Coming up next, a Vincent Price classic called... It's got Vincent Price in it. Hello there, movie lovers. I'm your favorite matinee idol, Rex Underwood Jr. You've seen me in many, many fabulous films like, oh, Dracula Gets a Wedgie, and a lot of other great things, too numerous to mention. Joining me for our festivities tonight is my co-host, the fabulous Cher. What's that, Cher? Half-breed. Oh, don't sing anymore, Cher. It'll cost us money. We are here to enjoy some fine Halloween movies that are public domain, which means they cost nothing and you get what you pay for. This one doesn't stink. It stars Vincent Price as the last man on Earth. And the deal is there's like this bug going around and everybody drops dead except for Vincent Price. And Vincent Price has a run of the place and he just walks around talking to trees and talking to cars and reading books and having ham sandwiches and flossing. There's a lot of flossing going on because Vincent was proud of his teeth. And that's pretty much the whole movie. That's it. It's called The Last Man on Earth. So please enjoy Vincent Price standing around looking at stuff. Oh, Cher, you need a manicure. I'll work you in tomorrow if that's okay. Oh, we're back. Well, we hope you enjoyed that fine Vincent Price movie. Coming up, it's the original classic, Little Shop of Horrors. Hello there! It's your favorite movie actor, Rex Underwood Jr. Thank you, thank you. I was quite big way back in the days, back in the 60s and 70s. How do I look so good now? 14 facelifts. Speaking of which, here's Cher. She is joining me for our little festivities tonight. We're enjoying some fine public domain horror movies, which, in case you don't know, public domain means it costs nothing. It's free. It was so lousy, no one renewed the copyright. Except for this next one. This one's actually pretty good. It's a little thing called Little Shop of Horrors. It's not the musical, it's the original version, and it was shot by Roger Corman, the master of the B movies. Now, Roger Corman made a lot of movies, and he made a lot of cheap movies. He spent no money, and he knocked them out in just a few days. This film, seriously, took 7 days to shoot. It took longer to get the pizza delivered to the movie set than it took to make the movie. Okay, that tells you something about the quality of this. Well, actually, the movie looks fine, except for the camera that runs over a few people and the sound boom that comes in and knocks one woman unconscious. Otherwise, you would never know it was a rush job. I starred in several of Roger Corman's films. Perhaps you remember the sequel to this I was in, Little Convenience Store on the Corner. Oh, it was big in Indonesia and nowhere else. Well, anyway, get ready to enjoy, with Cher and me, I think we've lost her, Little Shop of Horrors on Public Domain Theater. Oh, Cher, I'm afraid I'm a little too young for you. Oh, we're back. Hello, friends. We hope you enjoyed that little film called Little Shop of Horrors. It actually was better than I expected. I thought it was going to stink. Instead, it simply smelled a little. Coming up next, it's a fabulous movie we think you'll enjoy, and we will have it for you next. And I can't remember the name of it. Hello, noted actor and thespian, don't tell my mother, Rex Underwood Jr. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you. This is a little thing for Halloween called Public Domain Theater. And joining me to enjoy this festival of film is Cher. Cher, say hi to the people. If I could turn back time. I think Cher needs to see an orthodontist. Well, while she gets her bugs worked out, we're going to show a little something called Phantom of the Opera. It's a silent film starring Lon Chaney Sr., and in this he plays a crazy talk show host who runs around the audience and badgers people with incessant questions and then gives them cars. It's Phantom of the Opera. I'm being told there's a mistake in that. Okay, we'll get that fixed for you, right? Cher, anything else you'd like to say? Gypsies, traps, and thieves, I hear it from the... Okay, thank you, Cher. That's quite enough. We'll have to pay music royalties. So now let's enjoy the classic silent film, completely unrestored. It's called Phantom of the Opera. I love it when you speak French, Cher. Oh, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that fine movie. It's a cinema classic. It was called Phantom of the Opera, I'm told. Opera, not opera. That's a whole different movie. I wish I'd known that going in. Coming up next, a film called The Bat with the lovely and talented Vincent Price. Excuse me, it's back to necking with Cher. Rex, I love it when you give me pedicures. Oh, Cher, why do you sound like Margaret Dumont? Oh, we're back. Hello, I'm fabulous movie actor Rex Underwood Jr. I've starred in many, many films that you've avoided over the years, but they're all on at 3 a.m. on those cable TV channels that usually sell cubic zirconia. Thank you, please remain seated. Okay, there's nobody here. Well, it would have been nice if they'd have somebody show up. Well, I'm here along with my co-host, Cher, to show a fabulous horror Halloween classic. This one is something called The Bat. No, it's not about you. You kidder. It's about a bat. Well, it's about a guy who kills, and he dresses like a bat. But it's not the Batman, so don't be confused. It's nothing to do with Batman, so don't sue. It's The Bat. And Vincent Price stars in it, and he does things, oh, this is one of Vincent's best roles. He does things like go, "It's a thriller." He does that constantly throughout the movie, and then he goes, I don't know why. That's what he does. "It's a thriller. It's a thriller." So enjoy this fabulous piece of celluloid as we really need to get your nails done. As we enjoy The Bat with me and Cher. I can't get this buttoned. Oh, Cher, can you give me some diet tips? Oh, we're back. Oh, hi, I'm Rex Underwood Jr. We hope you enjoyed this fine film called The Bat, starring Vincent Price, who talks like that. He's Vincent Price, and he's a bat, and he kills bats, and he has a baseball bat. I didn't watch the movie either, but I hope you enjoyed it. Coming up next, it's a little thing called Waxworks. Cher, you know something about that? Yeah, there you go. Hello, movie lovers. It's your favorite B-movie actor, Rex Underwood Jr. I've starred in hundreds of films in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I look great because I've had my skin tightened. Speaking of which, here's my co-host for tonight, Cher. Oh, how you doing, Cher? Okay, she's lost interest. She is just not with us anymore, so we'll just forge ahead without her. Next up is a little movie we like to call Waxworks. In this one, it's a silent film. That means there's no sound, so you must sit quietly and not make any noise during the entire movie. If you had beans for lunch, you better go stand in the yard because you can't watch this movie. Now, it's an anthology, which means there are several different stories all tied together under one premise. The premise is this guy owns a waxworks, and he's hired this guy to write these stories about the wax dummies he has in the shop to excite the patrons who visit. First story is something about Chrissy Yamaguchi, and she pulls a groin muscle. The second story is something about a cab driver, and his fare stiffs him. But the third one is the exciting one. That is about Jack the Ripper. As you would imagine, Jack the Ripper, the wax dummy, comes to life and runs amok and tears up things and makes a big mess for everyone. So I think you'll enjoy the last one of these in particular. Oh, I don't think you care about this movie at all. I do, Cher. You stop talking like that and start talking like Cher and not Margaret Dumont. And now, please enjoy a little thing we call Waxworks. You know, Cher, I think we really should do an album together. I think with your low voice and my high voice, it would be, oh, hi, welcome back. Well, we hope you enjoyed Waxworks. We enjoyed it. We didn't watch it at all. We just talked about stuff. But I know you watched it and enjoyed it. And I hope you've enjoyed all of our public domain films tonight, which means we spent no money to entertain you. Please join us again next Halloween when we'll show some more junk. I mean, some more classic films that cost nothing. Enjoy your Halloween night. Boo, trick or treat. So long. Wave goodbye, Cher. Goodbye. Goodbye. Mwah. Mwah.